What up, what up, what up? Beard Bros Podcast every Monday. You know what we do. You know how it goes. Remember, if you're new here, to subscribe. Hit that like button. Like, that's probably like the most important. Comment, man. I like to see comments. I like the comments. It's just cool to get the interaction with y'all. But yeah, if you're new here, you know what to do. Share it with the homies. Today, y'all know what we do. We recap on every sport, not just one, two. We do everything. Everything we've seen during the week, we talk about. So I'm gonna do a little prayer for the Florida Gator player that fainted on the court. He's a junior. His name was Keontae Johnson. I believe that's how you say his name. They did a commercial timeout, come back on, and he was just laying in the middle of the court, and they have no idea. He's in critical condition, stable, but I don't know what's gonna happen. They haven't gotten any updates. It's been the same since yesterday.
So he had been playing.
He just threw an alley-oop, and then they did a commercial timeout after that. And when they got back, he was just laying in the middle of the court with everybody around him. I guess he was running back to the
Thing and passed out.
Just passed out.
So there's no video of the whole incident.
Yeah, all the cameras were off. So when he went back, he just collapsed in the middle of the court, like close to the middle of the court.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty intense.
Obviously, we can't assume, but man, whatever that could be has got to be serious, considering to faint at any point, and then not just to faint, but to now be in critical condition. It's
pretty severe.
That's pretty severe. So prayers out to that guy. Hopefully, him and his family are doing okay, and hopefully he's feeling better. And what was his name again?
I think I'm gonna Google it because I don't remember his first name. I think it's Keontae Johnson. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Yeah, man, that's pretty serious, and it sucks that.
Yeah, Keontae Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah, Florida Gator Junior, number 11.
Wow. I don't know. That's tough.
There is a video, but I don't want to watch it. He's just in the middle of the court right there. I ain't seen it. I just seen there was a commercial timeout, and that was it. I was just like, Jesus, I don't even want to watch that.
I don't think any of these are.
Is this a picture or something?
Yeah, it's TMZ, but I don't know how to close this. It's not letting me press that X in that top left corner. It's underneath that little tab. I'll check it out. I guess it's not that important, honestly. No, prayers out to that dude and his family, man. That's got to be tough, like I said. It's like you don't know those kind of conditions prior to, so you have to, I don't know how to put it. Basically, you learn kind of a tough way, like it's just a freak accident kind of thing. I'm
assuming maybe, I don't know what, I can't assume.
Hopefully it was just something, I don't know, man. That's tough. I don't want to assume. Just let's shout out some prayers out that way.
Yeah. Staying on the Florida Gators lost last night.
That's a good topic. Okay, so a bunch of the guys on Facebook, we've been going back and forth. Everybody has their opinion. I know you don't watch college football all that much.
I watched last night because it was just on. I was just watching it.
Okay.
Very misty,
so if
foggy.
You don't watch college football, basically, prior to this year specifically, they do a playoff. And they hadn't done this they've done one way. They had an AP poll, and whoever they thought were the two best teams, even if they weren't 1 and 2, they'd be 1 and 3, 1 and 4. Whoever the best teams were at the time, they'd put in the national championship. Now they've moved it to a 4-team playoff. This is a point I want to make a little bit before we get further into details about the current situation. When they decided to make the playoffs 4-team playoff, the whole reason behind this was to allow smaller conference schools to get a fair chance at playing for a national championship, like the Coastal
Carolina or Florida Central or whatever.
No, it's a Coastal Central or Central Coastal or whatever.
UFC or US.
No, it's not UFC. It's let me just look.
It's the Dragons. What are you talking about?
No, it's they're like called like what am I looking for? Oh, let me go here. Anyways, so the point is they had they had implemented this playoff so those smaller schools could have a chance at being in the playoffs, you know?
Mm-hmm. Man, my allergies been kicking my ass today.
Coastal Carolina Canticleers, I guess is what they're called. They're a crazy ass name. They're 9-0. They just beat BYU the last week or whatever. But for smaller schools like that, like the Cincinnati's are undefeated. These schools that go undefeated, US or UFC, Florida Coastal, bless you, bro. Those teams have gone undefeated, but they don't get recognition. They might get to like the top 10, but they were never going to make it to the playoffs. They just weren't. But this was supposed to, that's my point. This was supposed to do that for them. But I think if anything, it's hurt them even more because now we take in consideration the Pac-12, the Big 12, the Big 10, the SEC, and the ACC. The 4 best teams out of those 5 conferences are usually the teams that are in the playoffs.
Yeah, because they have like a resume behind what they're playing.
Well, they're playing higher.
They're playing each other basically.
Teams. Yeah, like you got like the Trojans versus Oregon. You got Texas and Oklahoma. You got Clemson versus whoever the fuck. You got, well, Notre Dame just actually this year joined their conference. But anyways.
Makes sense.
But, and then you have like Alabama and
LSU,
Auburn, LSU, Florida. Okay. So my thing is there's a big discrepancy right now in who should be deserving of a playoff spot. Well, I just want to say this. And if the college committee for football is watching, this is my suggestion. You either expand the playoffs to 6 teams or 8 teams. I don't care how many teams. I wouldn't go more than 8, to be honest, personally. But I would go expand the playoffs. And for the simple reasoning is go and do something like the NFL did. Take your 2 best schools, your 2 schools, say it's Florida and say it's Alabama and say it's Notre Dame right now. If you get the 1 and 2 seeds, you get a bye. Okay?
That makes sense.
And then you do the bottom 4 teams, and they have to fight and then play a quarterfinal, semifinal, and then a championship.
So basically, you'll have like Cincinnati and that weird college, and then
yes,
you'll have,
but they'll play like
Clemson.
a Clemson or a Notre Dame, or maybe A&M or something. Okay, but the reason being is you allow those smaller schools to at least get a chance. Do we all think that they're gonna do it? No.
I mean, it's possible.
It is possible.
None of these guys are professionals. They're still in college, so
that's true.
Anything could fucking happen.
It's just, I look at it as, if you're not going to do that, this is my compromise. If you're not going to expand the 4-team playoff, then fucking make them their own national championship.
Yeah, like for, I don't know how you would say it. Out of the what do they call it, Power 5?
Out of the Power 5, you have your Power 5 national championship, and then you have whatever the fuck you want to call the rest.
Yeah.
The UNMs, the New Mexico States, the Colorados, all those teams that don't fucking matter.
I mean, eventually, you got to think, one of those colleges will be like a big name. Like, I'm pretty sure like Cincinnati was never good at football, but this year they just popped off. And
I mean, they're not ever really good, but they're not. They're just not. You got to think. These power conferences, they go for your top 100 ranked players.
Yeah,
bro.
so like even if you're in the ACC and you're in North Carolina or something, it's like kind of fucked because
like
now you're playing good players.
But you're not gonna beat
you'll have
Clemson's a hot place to be
because you'll have like some like top recruits for the draft, but it's just because you're in the ACC and it's just you get those guys
recognition. Look at Trubinsky; he went to North Carolina.
Yeah, they get a lot of receivers out of there and shit.
Yeah, but that's my opinion. Is either expand it so these smaller schools get a shot, even if they get their ass beat. I'd like to at least see that maybe you do get one of these miracle, like almost like the college madness, March Madness, where you get these smaller Loyola, Chicago,
Dayton.
Yeah, you
coming
get
out
these weird schools going all the way to the Final Four or whatever.
Okay, yeah, I see what I'm looking at right here at the rankings, seeing who's the top 10.
Yeah, you have. Okay, so if we're gonna let's move into that then.
Yeah,
so now that you kind of have an idea,
I'm looking at the top 10. That's it. I don't really.
Okay, Alabama's in. Notre Dame. Let's just stick with Okay.
Let's go 13 because there's Coastal.
Okay. Yeah, but they'll probably move up a little. Okay, so this is the issue that everyone has. So Alabama's gonna play Florida no matter what this next week for the SEC championship.
Yeah, they're the best two teams out of that conference.
Okay, and then people were saying, well, what if Florida beats Alabama? Do they deserve to get in at a 2-loss team? Or well, at the time would have been a 1-loss, but they lost to LSU.
That was crazy.
Okay, and then you have
Wilson's a dumbass.
You have Notre Dame that beat Clemson earlier in the year without Trevor Lawrence, which is one of the top-ranked recruit coming out of college.
And if you want views, you put Trevor Lawrence in the play.
Yes, if you want people to watch, you put him in there.
You got.
Okay.
I get what you're saying.
But Notre Dame plays Clemson in the ACC championship.
Oh, so if Clemson beats Notre Dame, you think Clemson guarantees a spot?
If
Both of them.
Clemson wins, they're in for sure.
And do you think Notre Dame gets a less of a likelihood because they beat a Trevor Lawrence list team?
This is the problem. This is the whole problem right here is how this works. Because then if let's just run down. You have Alabama at 1.
Looks like
and they play Florida in the SEC championship. Keep that in mind. Notre Dame and Clemson are 2 and 3. They play each other next week. Mm-hmm. Ohio State actually plays Northwestern this next week for the Big Ten championship, which originally the Big Ten said you have to at least have 6 games to play in the championship. Yeah. Well, they just said fuck that rule. Ohio State's in. They get to play.
Yeah, I see
and
that.
And that's where a lot of people are pissed off right now.
I don't like that. 5 games and you're in. I don't like that.
We'll talk about that.
I don't like that.
Okay, then you have Texas A&M, which earlier in the year people will say, "Well, they kept up with Alabama in the first half." I don't give a fuck how you start a game or how you end a game. They got their ass beat by like double the points they had. Okay.
So yeah, I get.
They got beat like 50-something to 20-something by Alabama.
God damn.
And so, what would you really want a team that just got beat by one of the other 4?
And they're gonna obviously be a 4, so they would have to play Alabama.
Exactly.
And get fucked up by 25 points again. Yeah, so you're fucked on that one.
Florida just lost.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Which you could throw Iowa State, but they're a 2-loss team.
You might as well throw Cincinnati at the 8 seed.
Cincinnati's undefeated, but they're in the Big East. Which is like a small little
Big East is Georgetown's.
Yes.
Yeah, I know who the Big Ten is. Yeah. They're not really good football team.
They don't have nobody.
They're hoopers more than they are football players.
So that you could say, oh well, Ohio State's only got 5 wins, and then who they've played. The Big Ten conference is way better than the Big East.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah.
Then you can go further down. Let's just go all the way down, like to Indiana. They gave Ohio State a bit of a run.
Hoosiers, yeah, they're pretty. They're in the Big. No,
I mean, and then you have Coastal. They're undefeated. They're actually 11-0, and I think they have one more game for their conference championship.
Yeah, they're 11-0. What the fuck are they at 13 for? Because the conference is ass.
And I know what people are gonna say here when I say this is I'm biased. Say what you want, but USC is undefeated right now in the Pac-12. They started late. They're going to most likely make it to their championship, and they're going to play somebody probably super shitty because Washington just lost this past weekend. Oregon keeps fucking losing. So I don't even know who we're going to end up playing.
All right, my argument for USC, I don't even like the fucking team. Why the fuck is Ohio State allowed to be on the top 5 with 5 games, but USC is not?
Because of the lack of competition USC has. But this is so this is where it gets interesting, okay? Let's just say this is one scenario. Alabama beats Florida, which they should.
Well, I mean, fucking LSU beat them.
Okay.
You should beat them.
So Alabama stays 1.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be 1.
Let's say Notre Dame beats Clemson again with Trevor Lawrence.
They're in.
They're in at number 2.
Clemson comes off.
Okay, Ohio State wins against Northwestern. They move up to number 3. Do you give Clemson the pass like you would think you would take Texas A&M the pass?
I don't give neither one of those the pass.
I don't give them either one either.
I would rather see Ohio State or Iowa State, Cincinnati, or Coastal in that position, that 4.
Okay, but that's where I say it's a powerhouse, the Power 5 conferences. The Trojans run the table. Clemson loses Notre Dame. Trojans are sitting there undefeated.
You better hope Cincinnati loses because...
Okay, so let's put it this way. Do you think Cincinnati beats USC 1-on-1?
I'd never seen them play, but I mean,
Me personally, no. I don't think Cincinnati beats any.
If they're home, they might.
They don't even beat Ohio or Iowa State.
If they play y'all home, maybe they're 6-0 and only 2-0 away.
Okay, but they're not beating Florida. They're not beating Texas A&M.
Yeah, I don't even think they're beating Miami.
Exactly.
Or Florida.
They're not beating those teams.
I mean, they might.
And I'm not trying to discredit Cincinnati. This is the problem, though, is if you just expanded it, you could throw a couple of these teams and just test the waters.
Yeah. Fuck, I don't know. I would like to see that 8-0 or that 11-0 in there. But it's kind of... Even BYU, they're down here in 18.
Yeah, but they lost to Coastal.
Oh, they lost to Coastal.
They were both undefeated, and then they lost.
Oh, and BYU. Oh,
and
okay,
BYU was in the top 10.
Okay, I get you. They were in the top 10, and Coastal didn't jump to, like, up more?
It's because they're a small school, and they haven't played nobody. In their competition, like, Coastal plays teams that are just as good as them.
Yeah, let's see. Let me see if I know anybody that they played. Kansas, but Kansas isn't.
Kansas is a basketball team.
Yeah, I don't see anybody here.
They don't play nobody.
Yeah,
That's the problem is they don't play nobody. So, okay, that's one dilemma. Okay, so that fourth spot could be up for grabs.
Now they beat a team 51-0 though.
What if Alabama? Okay, let's say Alabama wins. Notre Dame loses to Clemson.
Those three stay the same.
Do they switch just positions? Because in the end, they'll still have to play each other. Or do you drop Notre Dame all the way to 4? Or do you drop Notre Dame all the way out and put Texas A&M?
It just depends. Like, if Notre Dame how bad did Notre Dame beat Clemson?
Barely in overtime.
Okay, so if Clemson beats them motherfuckers, yeah, 47-40. So if Clemson beats, Notre Dame, and then it's like fucking a blowout, yeah, you're going to throw them number 2, and you got to throw Notre Dame down the list as far as you think they deserve. Like, if Ohio State's there, you put them at 5.
But basically the argument is, do they deserve to still stay in the playoffs if they lose to Clemson with Trevor Lawrence?
No,
they don't.
Because they would have one loss technically if they didn't. If Trevor Lawrence was playing but
they lost to the team they beat earlier.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, they technically should probably have 2 losses, but Trevor Lawrence and COVID, but we're not going to go into all that.
But that's the thing is that if anybody watched that Notre Dame Clemson game, which I did, that game was fucking highly competitive. It wasn't like it was 13-17. That kid, that backup for Clemson, he played fucking good. I think he only threw like 11 incompletions. He played I don't think I'm not taking away from how good Trevor Lawrence is.
I'm saying, but goated.
I don't think Trevor Lawrence being there would have provided anything more than what that kid had already done to get them the win.
I think him just being there was just a presence himself. That motherfucker, you see him like, damn, I'm going against Trevor Lawrence tonight. Fuck, man, I don't want to go against this motherfucker.
And so
it's like Tim Tebow, dog. You didn't ever want to play against Tim Tebow. You know? Also,
what I was saying too is, let's be honest. Let's just say
there's a lot of teams that lost, by the way.
Well, yeah.
Normally, there's motherfuckers that are all undefeated pretty much, and then it's like...
Well, Clemson's usually undefeated. If they didn't have to play Notre Dame this year, they probably would have been undefeated.
I kind of hope Notre Dame just wins so Clemson gets out.
Oh, that's going to cause a lot of problems. Because at that point...
You start throwing motherfuckers in there.
Clemson's out.
Yeah, you start throwing motherfuckers in there.
And at that point, you're like, okay, Texas A&M maybe. Cincinnati maybe. Like I said, Trojans are probably going to crack the top 10 this week.
Florida's coming off.
Florida's out of the top 10.
Yeah, they're coming off.
Oklahoma's actually been pretty good on fire since they've lost.
But their 2 losses is tough. There's a lot of one-loss teams that are, I'm assuming, are better because they have 1 loss.
It's just going to be interesting. Me, personally...
I'd rather see Coastal just...
I want to see Ohio State in for the simple fact that I know for a fact... I don't give a fuck if they had 2 games. If they played 1 fucking game... I know Ohio State, and I'm not a Buckeye fan, but they're better than fucking a majority of the fucking colleges. I don't give two fucks who you put in front of
I have
them.
a lot of Buckeye fucking stuff, so I'm kind of biased.
But tell
so
me,
I fuck with Buckeyes.
outside of Alabama, probably Notre Dame, Clemson, and Ohio State are probably all can beat each other. Like, if you guys played each other 10 times, it's probably 5-5.
Or at least so close it could have been.
6-4.
It could have been like something crazy.
Exactly. And all the games are probably going to be close.
So those 4 teams probably are more deserving because they play like Ohio State plays. I don't know who they play in their division, but they're a bigger football team. Clemson, Notre Dame, that's 2 teams that are obviously really good. They're 2 and 3, and then Alabama.
I mean, Miami had an argument.
Who does Alabama?
But they just
play?
got beat the fuck up by, I think, North Carolina.
Alabama. They played Georgia. They fucked Georgia up. They played Texas A&M. Fucked them up. Played Missouri. Fucked them up.
They beat everybody's ass.
Yeah, but I'm just going off like the ranked teams that they played.
Oh. But I don't see, unless you want to put Cincinnati in, that's the only team that I could say, you know what, put Cincinnati in and see who they beat. But let's be honest, who have they really fucking played?
I'm looking right now.
Like, they haven't played anybody. They played Boston College. They played Austin P. I don't know how to say that. They played Army. They played SMU. They played Memphis.
All their games are blowouts besides the last game.
Against
USCF, yeah.
And Central Florida was like one of those teams that had been undefeated for a really long time. And now they play Tulsa this next weekend for the championship. But it's like, let's say they beat Tulsa. Tulsa's ranked like 24th or whatever.
So, yeah, if they beat them, I mean, it doesn't really matter. But what if Coastal beats L.A. Lafayette? Lafayette's 19. They're only 13. They play this next week.
That's what I'm trying to say is, imagine if even for this year, like baseball the MLB had expanded their playoffs to 16 teams.
Uh-huh.
Why didn't the college just say, you know what, we're going to do 6 teams this year?
6 teams, you would have
8 teams this
Bama,
year.
Notre Dame, Clemson, Ohio.
You're probably getting 2 or 3 SEC teams.
You're getting those top 4 are probably in for sure.
Those top 4 are in no matter the outcome of the Clemson Notre Dame game.
And I think Texas A&M
A&M's in.
And then you throw
Cincinnati's probably in. And if you go to 8 teams, I bet you the Trojans and Coastals get in.
Yeah, that'd be lit. That'd be pretty sick.
And then you would have like
It's kind of
Alabama versus Coastal.
Damn, Coastal take the dub.
Imagine.
That'd be lit.
Or you'd have like Notre Dame versus Cincinnati.
That'd be.
But then you'd get a Clemson versus like Trojans, Ohio State versus Texas A&M.
If they did, that'd be kind of sick. Because then you'll see like some Cinderella shit, maybe.
Maybe.
Coastal maybe
But-
come out
and
firing.
My problem is why haven't they thought of that? Like, think of the revenue they're going to bring.
Yeah, because when you go to March Madness, you're always going for like the lower tier. Oh, I don't because I'm North
Not
Carolina.
all the time, but I like to see. I just watch so many games, so when you see the lower seed like fucking shit up, they're beating like a Kentucky,
or Kansas or something.
Yeah,
it's
like,
fucking
oh
cool.
shit, these ones are kind of on fire.
Fucking 16 seeds coming out, bro.
Yeah, and
it's
so
pretty lit. So yeah,
I
like
don't
to
know,
see
man.
Shit.
That's been the biggest dilemma. Me personally, they're not expanding it, so Ohio State deserves it more than. It's all about reputation.
I think
that's what I think holds their ground.
And revenue. You got they're trying to make as much money as they possibly can.
But I just think like when you look at Ohio State, they've done it, bro. Mm-hmm. They've been in I think every single fucking playoff. Why are you gonna exclude them now? Because it's really not even their fault.
Were they ranked before the season started?
They're ranked number 1.
Well, what the fuck are we complaining about? They were fucking 5-0, 7-0. They were ranked number 1 from the beginning.
People are just mad because they're getting in with so little bit of games.
Get over it. I think
it's not even just get over it. It's like they're the better team. You're not gonna put them against Cincinnati and think that Cincinnati's gonna win.
Not because Cincinnati will lose.
Let's say for instance, Ohio State gets kicked out and
Cincinnati gets in.
Or let's not even say they pick Cincinnati over Ohio State. Let's say Ohio State loses to Northwestern in the championship, and they decide that Cincinnati deserves that last spot. And if Alabama whips the shit out of Cincinnati, what are we saying then?
Why the fuck is Justin Fields not playing Alabama like he had a better chance than this whack-ass Cincinnati team? That's true. I'd rather see Justin Fields in there because
He's going to be a top 2 pick.
He's number 2 pick. You just going to make people want to watch it. It's going against
Now,
Alabama.
It's hard to say that whenever I keep saying if Clemson loses to Notre Dame, you have to kick Lawrence out.
No, you got to kick him out. He has 2 losses.
I don't think they will lose, but if they do, I mean it's
Florida lost, so anything's possible.
I feel like they were looking ahead to Alabama, and they were thinking playoffs, and their kids. So it's different. Even NFL teams do that. Look, like the Saints right now, I think they were coasting. They were like, they're making a change at quarterback, blah, blah, blah. And now they're getting their ass tossed right now.
Yeah, it was like 20-something to 0.
So I'm just like, I'm thinking, well, worst case scenario, fucking, why not just put Ohio State?
Oh, they're barely losing, 14-17.
Damn, fool, Jonathan Taylor killed it for you.
I know that niggas always do shit for me. My kicker, fool.
That was a tough year for me in fantasy.
I know, Rippers.
It's all good. Hopefully you win it. I don't know. Maybe Rob wins it. I don't want to. No offense. I don't want to see Steven win it.
I've seen him win it too many times.
I don't want to see. If Billy won it, I'd be kind of shocked because
he seems like
he didn't do shit last year. Fernando, he's been the one guy. He's the new guy, and he's caught on fire as of lately. I don't think he's got enough, but Ayo's been up and down. Lucas is going to squeak in.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Congrats to whoever wins because it ain't going to be me.
Yep.
So,
before we get into football, we got some basketball to talk about. We had some young guys play for the first time in preseason. It's preseason, but I'll go over some of their stats. Obi Toppin for the New York Knicks, 11.7 rebounds. He was like top 5, I think he was. This guy's not a rookie. He's just a player that plays on my team. He was a rookie last year, champion. Talon Horton Tucker, 19 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals against the Clippers.
do you... Because I watched a little bit. Not a lot. Like, not even...
I know, you didn't watch
I wasn't
none.
quarters in. I would watch, like, clips. Like, I'd tune in, watch a little bit, and then just kind of tune back out. Because it wasn't like... Do you think that the NBA resembles the NFL? Like, when Dak was playing, we were like, damn, Dak's kind of good. Like, he's fucking killing it in the preseason. Do you see, like, that dude being Dak?
He could. I mean, he's a longer forward, so his arms are he's real long. He could be a presence. LeBron just sees him every day, and he said he's a guy to be reckoned with this year. So
Really?
So we'll see.
Well,
I've never seen him play till the preseason this year. So he
I mean,
went
LeBron
off.
did say, watch out for Kuzma. So all these players all of a sudden just are guys.
Then we got number 3 pick, LaMelo. He had 0 points, 4 assists, and 10 rebounds.
He looked pretty nice.
He looked really fast, and eyes were everywhere. He had a couple turnovers. I think he had like 4 turnovers, so work on that a little bit. His shooting, obviously, we know he's not a scorer, so people saying he fucking needs a score. He doesn't really need a score because he has so many scores on the team already.
He would be good with like a James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, because James Harden's so ball-centric.
He would need like a Duncan Robinson or like
a
Ayton on his team. Somebody like...
Or an Embiid.
Yeah, something like that.
Like, I don't know. But they did look good. Miles Bridges looked pretty good.
That's my
guy. No, I watched a little bit. It's just... It's hard to get into it because basketball just fucking ended, it feels like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, football's still here. But, I mean... Like I said, I've seen a little bit of Lonzo, seen a bit of the Lakers. The Clippers look like shit.
Yeah.
The Suns looked okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who else did I see? John Wall and them.
They're fucking...
They kind of look not bad.
I think without Harden on that team, you just put John Wall and Boogie Cousins, I think they could do some damage. I
mean, Cousins healthy is still a big body.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's a big mofo down there.
Yeah, if they can get somebody like Chris Middleton from the Bucks or...
I've been saying it. I wish James Harden would link up with Giannis.
If they can get Chris Middleton on that team and Harden over there, oh, man, those two teams would be fucking crazy good.
Well, think, if Giannis and Harden linked up, I think they're competing at the Boston Celtics, the Brooklyn Nets. They're up there with those teams all of a sudden. Right now,
Yeah.
Brooklyn looks like the favorites, up there with Boston. You can't forget about Miami. They just went to the championship.
Just went to the finals.
And then Toronto didn't look bad. They gave Boston a run.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know what the Sixers are going to look like. I feel like they're not.
They're not there yet.
No. I think they're like declining.
Yeah, because Simmons got to do something.
I think they need to trade Simmons. They were talking about James Harden for Simmons.
That'd be crazy.
But, yeah. And, I mean, shit, fucking. Oh, we glanced over this earlier. I know we were talking about the playoffs. I don't give a fuck if they don't make it or not. Slovis, he's the quarterback for the Trojans. That fool's a beast. He keeps fucking making comebacks. We were down last night by 2 points with 40 seconds left. Yes, they kicked it off all game. Not one kickoff return for either team. They kept touchback. Not one. The first one, turns it all the way to like the 40 of the other. First pass, about 25 yards. Next pass, touchdown. Slovis, another 4-touchdown game. Looking like a beast. He's going to be there for a little while. Watch out for the Trojans in the next couple of years.
Hell yeah.
You got any more basketball?
Yeah, I got a few other guys. I don't know how to say this gentleman's name. He plays for the Raptors. I think it's Malichi Flynn. He's from Aztec. He was 3 for 6, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. Everybody lately has been on his junk, saying that he's the next white guy to be good. So watch out for him. Isaac Okura from USC. Shout out USC.
Oh, nice.
18 points, 3 steals, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and a game winner. Theo Meldon, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. He kind of killed it. Anthony Edwards, the number 1 pick, 5 points, 1 assist, 4 rebounds in a 25-minute game. That doesn't look good on your resume right there, brother. Doesn't look like you wanted to play. No. 2 for 9, didn't shoot a lot. And there's a, I think he's Slovenian, Alechi Pokasaveske, 14 points, 4 for 8. At threes, he hit 4 for 8 at threes, 8 rebounds and 2 assists. So those are just rookies. And Talon Horton Tucker, he's a 1-year pro, but those are the rookies that showed out. James Wiseman didn't play. Fuck, what was the other guy's name? Okongwu, I think that's the guy from USC. Okongwu, he didn't play. So those guys, we didn't get to see their debut. KD plays tonight. It's Sunday. So hopefully KD doesn't hurt herself. I mean, we've seen Klay Thompson come back to practice, hurt herself, so I don't want to see KD do the same thing.
Yeah, so. I mean, he tore his Achilles.
So, yeah, I mean, but NBA barely started. It's barely the first couple of preseason games.
Barely like the second, third day now.
And you can tell how happy I am. I'm a basketball fucking fan.
Yeah,
I love
basketball will be back. I'm excited. College basketball is kicking off pretty hard, too.
Cole Anthony didn't do very well for Orlando. He had 5 points, 1 for 3, and a couple free throws, but that's a North Carolina boy. I love North Carolina, so
yeah, you gotta rep. Other news: UFC 256 was last night as well, and you guys know how I love my motherfucking UFC, baby. Cub Swanson won by submission. TKO in the second round against Daniel Pineda. He looked hella good, actually. He didn't really I think he won the first round, and then he obviously won the second round pretty easily. Mackenzie Dern, strawweight division. She typically is good for her takedowns, submissions, everything like that. This girl that she fought, her name is Verna Yandiroba. She had great takedown defense. Mackenzie Dern, I think, broke her nose in the second round. She took a knee to the fucking face, bleeding crazy. She still managed to squeak out a 29-28 majority decision win. Mm-hmm. Also, I got every fight right except one. So I told you guys about Carl Gain. Mm-hmm. That fool knocked out Junior Dos Santos. Okay.
Oh shit.
He knocked that fool out, and then the next one that was a heavyweight match. And Gain, I've been talking, he's fucking good, man. He's good. It was kind of controversial. He threw a bow. It kind of hit Dos Santos in the back of the head, but he had already kind of been fucked up before that. Like, he already fucked him up a little bit. And then the next fight was Kevin Holland and Jacare Souza. Holland's a young and coming dude, and he's a middleweight fighter at 185. He literally did something I had not seen quite yet, but it was, I still have to beat you. This fool was on his back. He, like, kicked his leg up to get momentum. Hit Jacare. Jacare kind of got stunned. Ended up knocking this fool out, basically, from his back.
Oh, I seen that. They were, like, kind of, like, sitting up to next to each other.
Like, he was sitting up and
that fool just all clink,
yeah,
clink.
Yeah, he kept fucking him up. Knocked him out. And
knocked him out cold.
Up. So, Kevin Holland is one of, like, 3 guys that has fought and won 5 times in 1 year.
What the fuck?
He won 5 times.
So he's just flawless victories, everybody?
He's just fucking people up. If you guys don't know, this next week was supposed to be Leon Edwards versus that one, like, Russian dude. Well, Leon tested positive for COVID, blah, 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 so they canceled the fight. Holland said he didn't even get touched at all. He said, if that fool's down to fight, he's down to come back to Vegas next week and fight that fool. UFC, Dana White, make it motherfucking happen, dog. Kevin Holland's on the rise. That fool's technically a 170er. Like, he fights really good at 170. But he also fights at 185 too. So he's a flip-flopper. He can go both weights. And that means he wouldn't have to cut much weight. Bro, make that fucking fight happen. Tony Ferguson, he fought Charles Oliveira. Tony, you're done, bro. You had it for years and you're done, man. Charles whooped your ass. Almost broke this fool's arm. He had him in the arm bar, and he was bending his arm. And he had his arm like right here, and it was already flexed pretty hard. And Tony wouldn't tap.
Tony Ferguson?
Wouldn't tap. This fool, Charles, grabs his fucking arm, puts it under his fucking armpit. And his fucking arm was backwards.
Yeah. He broke it?
The bell fucking rang, and the round was over, but you could tell Tony's arm was fucked up. He wasn't throwing it no more.
It was like either like fractured. He broke it or something?
He broke his arm. I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything. I'm almost certain he broke his arm. So, Tony, besides that, even before that happened, you were getting your ass beat, dude. Championship. Davidson Figueiredo, Brandon Moreno, I owe you an apology. Mad respect, my dude. I thought you were going to go and get knocked the fuck out. Fuck no. I even think you won that fight. Majority draw. I don't know how that happened. I thought you won at least 3 rounds. I could have probably even given you 4 rounds. You tired him out, man. You tired him out. You were fucking him up. And good job on your part. Yeah, bro.
Oh my god,
bro, that shit was gnarly.
Google this shit. Everybody that's watching, Google that shit. That shit is fucking
nasty.
Disgusting.
If you should have heard though, because Joe Rogan and Daniel Cormier were the commentators, and the round ends as the arm's being bent. Okay, so Tony and they're like, oh, Joe Rogan's like, oh, that shit's fucking broken. There's no way it's not broken. And then Daniel's all, Joe. And he's like, what, Daniel, what? He's like, did you look? And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, when it was filming, were you looking? And he's like, yeah, I looked. He's like, hell no, I turned away. Because, bro, that shit was nasty.
Oh, fuck that, bro.
It was pretty nasty.
Trying to see if he broke it or not. It doesn't say.
He probably had to get it evaluated today. But, Figueiredo won technically by a draw, but that main event was fucking badass. They fucking fought. So, that was pretty dope. This weekend, This weekend's the final card of 2020. I think it's the most stacked card probably of 2020.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty excited for that.
On to some good old football, man.
Some good old football. By the way, I'm out of my own league's fucking playoffs. I'm pissed. What can I say?
I've been asking for this for about 5 weeks. Finally happened. My boy Jalen Hurts started. He didn't do too well. He's winning, but he's thrown 29 passes for only 153 yards, a touchdown.
29 passes. How many completions?
16.
That's
So only
good.
so only
That's
13
probably
missed.
60%.
So then,
Not even.
but the upside is he has 13 rushes for 98 yards. So
he runs.
He's pretty. Yeah,
That was the difference between him and Tua, though. Tua doesn't run, and Hurts can run. But Hurts, no, Tua hurt his hip. It wasn't Hurts.
I kept saying that. Dad's all. He
No,
never
it was
hurt
his
his hip.
thumb.
Yeah, he never hurt his hip. I was like,
No, that
oh,
was
it's Tua. Yeah.
He looks good. Are they winning?
Yeah, by 3.
By 3?
It's 14-17. They haven't scored since. And I think they have the ball. The fuck boys. No, Hurts and them have the ball, I believe. I don't know. It doesn't say. Yeah, Eagles have the ball. 14-yard pass just now from Hurts.
Wow.
And he has 100 rushing.
Wow.
Fuck this man. Oh, that's the wrong. Oh, my bad. Oh no, yeah. It's never mind. Yeah. I'm looking at the right guy. It just has Taysom Hill's face right there. So I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, okay. So he's 17. So the Eagles have yet to score anymore.
Damn, Derek Carr went off this week too. I'm so
I
pissed.
know. I benched him in my other league.
Me too. I'm fucking pissed.
I don't know if he would have fucking.
He would have
much difference. Maybe a little bit. Okay, let's just run this down a little bit. So yeah, Jalen Hurts started over Carson Wentz. He had been calling it for fucking weeks now, middle of the season. I feel like.
I know.
Finally happened. Was it a move that they had to make? I don't necessarily think so. Was it a move that seems to kind of fare well? Kind of right now. It looks good. I mean, they're winning.
I know. He's getting everybody involved.
Do I think that Carson was the reason? No, but sometimes change is what you need. But I just hope that he ends up succeeding from this because it'd be easy to fail.
Yeah, hell yeah. Especially with that team.
Yeah, so right now I'm just kind of hoping for the best for Jalen Hurts. Miles Sanders looks like he's rejuvenated. That defense looks like they're rejuvenated.
They wanted to play for Hurts today.
I'll say this much, though. The Saints are probably just... I said this earlier, kind of. Wasn't meaning to say it, but Saints were probably looking past the fucking Eagles. Mm-hmm. They're probably like, you know what? They're bringing in Jalen Hurts. Let's just stick to the fucking plan, you know. Let's make sure we do our part and let's not fuck this up. Well, they fucked it up, kind of. But they're right back in this game. I think they're driving, though.
The Eagles
They're about to score, maybe. If they can hold them to at least a field goal, I think it'd be a win because they'll only be down by a touchdown, an extra point. Mm-hmm. Also, extra points. Fucking field goal kickers. What's y'all's deal? Dan Bailey. Fucking the Jets kicker.
Lutz has been missing a lot lately.
Bro, there was massive misses today. So,
but you know, my boy Blankenship and Young Hoku, them two are the best fucking kickers in the league.
Young Hoku didn't do fucking poo. But, yeah, so good shit on that part. What could I say? Okay, I said this off camera to a homie the other day. But, okay, the Chiefs are clearly the best team in the league.
I think so.
And everybody keeps saying because I think the last 5 games or something like that, 8 games or something like that, the Chiefs have only won by 1 touchdown or less.
Yeah. But they're playing competition, though.
Why not cruise?
They're playing good competition, though. The Dolphins aren't trash. That defense.
Their offense is trash.
Their offense is shit.
Their offense is so shitty. And then, again, they got down by 10. Then they got up by whatever. Then they let them back in, and then they closed it off.
Yeah, that's the only thing that hurts the Chiefs, I feel like. Their defense isn't.
I don't think it's their defense. I think they're good. I just think that they take their foot off the pedal because they're like, oh, we got it. Fucking Holmes will fucking score in
I know. If they just started off crazy hot, they'd probably score 40 easy every game.
Well, think. This is how I do it. Just get out there, score, get up 21-0 or 20.
I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to do in the playoffs, bro.
Do that, and then we're just going to run those backs.
Because the only real competition in the East is probably... Is it the East? No, it's the AFC.
AFC West is the Chiefs, Broncos, and
Raiders.
Raiders and Chargers. Which
none of them are
worth the
But
fuck.
AFC in general, probably Steelers are probably the only real comp because their defense is fucking magnificent and their offense is not that bad.
Yeah, and so I look at the Chiefs. They're just the best team. I'm calling the upset. I think Steelers lose. I don't even think it's an upset. I think Buffalo's just a better team. I think they're gonna beat fucking what's it called tonight? Steelers. I think Steelers dropped 2 in a row.
We got 2 good night games. Sunday night's Bills, Steelers, and then you got the Ravens and Browns.
Tomorrow.
2 pretty good highlight games.
I got the Browns winning that game.
I hope. I like the Browns.
Yeah.
I like Baker Mayfield.
That happened. Dallas. Fuck you.
Fuckers. Fucking smack the damn Browns for no reason.
I don't know why the fuck you won. I mean, good job, I guess.
We're still in 4th.
You're fucking retarded for winning. Now we're definitely not getting a top pick right now.
No, Dak's our quarterback now.
Yeah, we pretty much solidified that. Unless somehow the Jets can win a game. Just got to win a game. Let's see. I'm curious. Who has Sam Darnold? Probably nobody.
He's in the...
Let's see. Sam Darnold. Yeah, he's right here. Let's see. Rams, Cleveland, New England. Maybe they beat New England. If they could beat New England the last week of the season, Jags would leap them. And that means the Jags would take Trevor Lawrence, and I don't know if Fields is going to New York or not.
New York Giants?
Jets,
oh yeah.
But I don't know. A lot of people were talking this week that Dak should probably consider leaving.
I seen that too.
To the Bears, to the Niners, to the Broncos. I said, fuck it, leave. Fuck it.
Who would we get though? Who do you think we would get?
I think we would end up with Sam Darnold if they end up going with Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence.
Fuck.
We'd end up with Sam Darnold or
Wentz.
Cam Newton's fucking washed.
Wentz.
We could end. Nah, they wouldn't trade us Wentz.
One of the Chicago quarterbacks.
Nah, we wouldn't want them. We'd have to go and either make sure we were gonna get Fields or something.
Or what about the number 12 for the team that plays in Green Bay?
If they lose.
If
they win the Super Bowl, he ain't going nowhere.
Because there's a guy behind him named Jordan Love. They drafted in like the 2nd round.
Nah, I don't see him doing it. I don't know. I don't know who you go for, but I don't know, man. The whole Cowboys situation is fucked. They suck, and I'm okay with it. Vikings fucked up their shit today. They didn't beat the Bucks. The Cardinals beat the shit out of the Giants. Are the Giants now sucky again? I don't think so. I just think Giants had won like 4 or 5 games in a row, so simmer down, guys. I just think
Washington's golly.
Did
man.
Washington win? They're playing the Niners.
No, I think the Niners were winning. They're playing right now. Actually, I could take a look.
Let's see, because I have a guy on my team that sucks.
I have Ayuk, so let's see. It's
23-15, 9 minutes. Oh yeah, they're playing.
Oh, they're in there.
If the Washington football team wins today, they are number 1 in the NFC East.
Who's their quarterback right now? Haskins is in?
Yeah, because Alex Smith got hurt.
Oh,
broke his leg.
Don't say that.
He did. He fucked his leg up. They wrapped it all up and shit. I'm not even capping.
I gotta go. Fucking.
Yeah. Look it up. He got hurt. But what's it called? What else happened? Trying to think of Dolphins. I just don't think they have the offense.
Yeah, that's
their offense is mediocre at best.
If they had even a decent offense.
And Seattle got a break. They needed somebody shitty, which they thought they had last week against the Giants. They played the Jets this week, and they fucked them up. The Packers, they're rolling. I think right now, let's see. I'm curious. Aaron Rodgers just threw another, I don't know if he threw. He even rushed. He has 3 touchdowns, 284, and a rushing touchdown today. He's the clear MVP, right?
Yeah, after Patty Mahomes
Patty threw like 3 picks.
Yeah. That's the MVP. It looks like.
I mean, Devontae Adams and that boy just.
I mean, we still have tonight's game to see if he could play good against that defense, Mr. Josh Allen. So.
I mean, that's true.
If he plays good against that defense, and I mean, he might put his name like in there.
Indianapolis put the whooping on.
They're like 17 on their ass.
They won 44-27.
Yeah.
So they just beat the Raiders.
Smacked them.
I wanted to see how the Bucks looked after their bye. I don't think they looked that good.
They didn't look good at all.
They started slow. After halftime, they kind of got it together, but Tom Brady can't throw the deep ball. And
yeah, one today to Scotty Miller for like 60.
Yeah, but it's just not. I don't know, man. I just don't think he's got enough left in the tank.
Yeah.
Washington has 25 points for their defense.
Fuck. The Cardinals gave me like 20 points this week.
Fuck. Miles Sanders has 30.
Yeah, I was looking at that right
that
now.
fool's on this fool's bench.
Yeah, that's
This fool started everybody except that fool. I don't know. Right now, I'm not gonna lie. My morale's a little down because I'm out of my fucking league's playoff. I'm pretty bummed. I hadn't done that ever. Every year I'm in the championship, and this is the first time I'm not. So it's kind of heartbreaking. But it happens. I have 2 other leagues I'm going to be in the playoffs in. I'm really not too worried about. One of them, the playoffs started this week. Not doing too good already. I'm kind of already down about 40. But I still have Nick Chubb and Stephon Diggs. He has Eric Ebron, which he can't catch, so I'm cool with that. And it's a 2-weeker, so I'm not even stressing whatsoever. What else? What else has been going on? Let's talk about that Monolith.
Oh, the Monolith? Yeah.
Or the Monolith.
Yeah, Monolith.
Landed in Albuquerque.
I seen that. It was
like off the highway.
I was trying to see if it was real. I don't know if it was real. I didn't really look into it.
I don't know. And then there's the rumor of aliens are hiding until we're ready. What's your thought on that?
I was watching that little Joe Rogan piece. We say Joe Rogan all the time. It's just because he has every fucking buddy on his goddamn podcast. So It's just a good source to go to. It might be true. I mean, I don't know if we're ever ready for that. I don't think that's the thing that we got prepared for.
What would that even mean? It sounds like a fucking science fiction fucking book that they're talking to the intergalactic Federation or whatever they are. It's like what they run their own government.
What the fuck is this? Guardians of the Galaxy? What the fuck?
I don't know. It seems super far fetched. I don't know. It almost seems like quite the coincidence that these monoliths have been popping up. All of a sudden, this dude he's an Israeli, comes out with this news.
Yeah.
You know what I was also thinking about? So you know how people say stuff about what are they called? They're not called. Are they called hieroglyphics?
Yeah, with like shits on the wall.
Yeah. Well, what's any different? Like this.
Yeah.
Like, does that mean anything? Like, other than to us, obviously it means Beard Bros Podcast.
I don't know, like, if it stayed years and this house was just, like roots started growing through and people walk in and I'm like, oh, what is that? What is that? Motherfuckers?
But see,
those motherfuckers are lit.
I'm talking like, you know when you go to abandoned buildings and there's graffiti everywhere.
Graffiti.
But think, like, in 100 years when somebody goes to that building, they're going to be like, man, what was the message? Like, this has...
Why does it say fuck Trump?
Yeah, exactly. Like, who's Trump? Like... Oh, look, he was this powerful man of America.
People must have hated that guy.
Who's to say that these people weren't those type of people back then?
Yeah.
But they didn't have spray paint, and they didn't have this other stuff. So all they did were carvings.
Putting chickens on the wall and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we ate the chicken today, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, and they put little cats and shit in Egypt, and they're like, oh, they worship cats. Nah, they were just eating them bitches, bro.
Or whatever. I was just thinking about that. It's like, what if that was just their type of graffiti?
Yeah, maybe.
And I feel like we feed so much into it that we forget that it's like we
like,
do that still.
like it's still modern, but it's like not to that
Well,
extent.
they try to read into it like it means something.
Yeah, it's not really that deep.
Like you said, if this house, like say America went to shit and like Roswell just got run down to a ghost town, and like 50 years from now somebody comes and they see this and they're like, what is that meaning? It must have meant something like 3 Zia symbols, BBP,
Damn.
skulls, like they must have been gods and
Yeah.
stuff. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
like
some
you
crazy
can
shit.
you can make this into a story that doesn't even exist.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about the monolith though. I have no idea. I'm just like, I don't
think it's shit.
I don't think it's shit.
I said it from the beginning.
It's kind of weird that it's just popping up like how these motherfuckers making them fast. If they're making them bitches.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
They're making them fuckers fast.
They are making.
I just see them pop up, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, damn, bro, relax. How the hell you get one here, over there, and fucking across the world that quick?
But that's what I'm saying is I don't think it's just them.
You think people have like
because like Chris and them made a point about the Cyberpunk 2077 or whatever.
Oh, that game is fucking dope. It looks sick as fuck.
Yeah, so what if it's just like the creators of that?
It could be because you probably have creators in like Belgium and New York and shit
all
like
these
that.
places just
Why the fucking Albuquerque? But we don't
understand.
understand.
Try to make this kind of popular so that when the game comes out, the first thing that when you have like your intro storyline thing, this monolith pops from the ground.
That'd be fucking
and
crazy.
It's like, oh shit, and then they'll be like, we're getting pranked or.
Yeah, or some shit, or like try to implement one of the cities in there or something crazy. Yeah,
maybe, or maybe those places are in the game.
Yeah,
like Albuquerque and Utah and Europe and all these places are in the game.
Damn, that'd be pretty lit. Yeah, you never know. I don't know. It's just I don't think it's alien.
I don't think it's alien.
Somebody asked me about ghosts last night. I said I don't believe in ghosts neither. So
I don't believe in ghosts either, but
I ain't never seen no
I'm
shit.
down to go look at places that are presumably haunted.
Yeah, I think I'd be down. I don't know.
Because
I've never done this.
Why not? Like, there's this one dude. These guys that I watch. It's called a divot box or a didit box.
It makes like words come out of it.
No. Those are like the tools that they use. Those are called like I forget what they're called. But this thing, I don't know how to let me see if I can Google it. But these things are like haunted.
Oh fuck that! What the hell? I like that little
Dibuk box, something like that. But it's supposedly like these evil. Well, okay, maybe I'm being extreme. It says malicious spirit believed to be able to haunt and even possess the living. They capture these spirits in these boxes, and these people I watch. There's these people I watch with the ghost hunting.
How you spell it?
DYBBUK. But anyways, my point is these fools that go and do these haunting things or whatever, right?
Oh shit.
And this fool bought one, and like this fool's a savage, dog.
Like these little things.
Yes.
It's like a little mockingbird thing, they're gonna go ting tang,
no,
ting
but
tang.
like the people that are believers don't fuck with those. But this fool doesn't give a fuck because he's not a believer. But his homies are always scared, dog, when they do these fucking crazy investigations. And sometimes I feel like they might be cheesing a little bit.
Yeah, they say Post Malone was fucking with one.
Yes, and that fool got in an accident.
Yeah, they said this fool was fucking with one.
Yeah, bro. He got in an accident. I think his plane crashed.
It says Post Malone has definitely been cursed by a haunted box, and it's like showing like little clips. I have to see the video now. I'm gonna have to fucking watch the video.
Yeah, okay, so this fool on the videos, he don't give a fuck, dog. He fucking like
opens it, plays with it, shit.
Not that. There's this specific one. He's like scared to open it himself, but then he bought this little one, like it was like that little. And he was like, "I'm gonna fucking do it." And so they had like a seance where like you had the candles around and you had to like step in and you have to do all this stuff. So he's in this circle. And he's like, if you guys want to leave, you got to leave now. But he scares him so much because he's like, how do we know that this circle's safe? And you're safe outside the circle. Maybe it's safer inside the circle or whatever. But he, like, opens it up and he starts, like, burning the shit inside of it and shit. This one gives no fucks.
What a fucking savage.
Dog, he is a savage. Like, and then the other fool's like, what if fucking something happens to me? Like, his name's Corey, the other dude. He's always all scared. He's all, yeah, fool, it's gonna click on to me, and you don't give a fuck, and all this shit. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, if we go in there and anything, if this box says devil or Satan, I'm fucking out. And like, bro, they don't.
Where do they get those boxes from?
Online and shit, but like,
Who the fuck makes these motherfuckers?
Witches.
We should go get that doll in that case.
Nah, mom even said that she doesn't think it's haunted.
Yeah, shit. What's the chance?
We'll
do the circle, bro.
Bring something. I want to go somewhere,
dude. We'll bring it here, and you'll be the guy in the circle, and you'll burn it.
You know what we should do is, if anyone's watching right now to this part, and you know of like a haunted place here in town,
that's not like fucking. Like, we get in trouble for being there.
Yeah, like
I don't want to get in trouble.
If we could talk to somebody about, like, either guiding us or allowing us access to this place and we were allowed to, like, film and stuff, I'd be cool to do, like, a small investigation.
Oh, shit.
But...
Please, no one hit us up.
Somebody hit us up. I'm just saying, because I don't want to... Like, if something follows me from that place, that's different. But... going and bringing something here intentionally,
it's okay. It doesn't matter. We don't believe.
Yeah, but if it were to be real,
I don't even think
it's like if aliens were real, I don't think they're going to be like, hey, we're waiting for you guys to be ready for us. We're not going to attack. I think if aliens are real and they're coming, they're going to fuck us up. They're not going to be friends with us.
Yeah, I mean, unless we're just a lot more experienced than what they are, and they're just shitty ass.
If they're able to fucking travel through the galaxies like it's no big deal, like it's us driving to fucking Dexter, we're not more advanced. But that's my point. Zombies. What do you think about zombies? Like, what's your initial thought when you think of a zombie?
I don't know. They're dumb and slow.
But
they're dead.
But they're dead, and they try to eat us.
Oh, yeah.
That's what a zombie... People that are like, oh, the zombies are going to be fast and crazy. And
I mean, World War Z, that were fast as fuck.
Yeah, but I feel like majority of zombies have always been made out to be slow and shit.
I don't know. I've never seen
Or what about...
like, werewolf shit? You believe in that?
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't believe it, but like Bigfoot.
Oh, fuck that.
We think about Bigfoot, and he's like 8 feet tall, this hairy-ass ape-looking motherfucker, but he's like a human. You don't think of him as like 8 feet tall, naked, and small feet.
That'd be crazy if he was naked.
I'm just saying, when I think about fucking ghosts, I may not believe, but if I do, I think they're like... I would think like evil presence or a nuisance of anything.
Yeah.
Like they're going to be just bothering me. Like dropping shit while I'm not standing over there.
Jalen Hurts just fumbled. The Saints just got the ball back. My bad.
Are they losing?
By 10, yeah. They're going to lose. It's only a minute and 30 left.
Oh, damn. The Saints just dropped a game? That sucks. That means Green Bay, I think, is going to move in front. I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening here in the more of the new year once we get into the new year.
Yeah, I seen where was it? They just opened up and they're virus free. Fucking who was it?
Australia?
Maybe I can't remember. It was a country.
I remember they said something like that. I don't know, guys. Give us your thoughts on anything we talked about today. I think I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Try to figure out this fucking Epic account bullshit. I got locked out.
Damn, you got banned for life?
No, but fucking A, man.
Isn't it the second time?
Yeah, I gotta do this. So, all right, guys. We'll see you guys Wednesday with the food review. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Peace out, motherfuckers.
That's what I'm talking about.